a higher weight than to the decision of the planet than to individual decisions. So at the moment there are still some little pockets where the dark is still trying it, but the whole of the planet, that won't happen anymore.
I really wish.
Yeah. So yeah, and so I know. I mean, ever since I was born, I just could not believe that people kill each other. They just do it. And I heard people also who would say, "Ah, me? You tell me it's an enemy, I go kill him." I just could not believe it. But there was that type of awareness on the planet. And so now that's how important we, all of us, are. As we become aware of the beauty of life, we're an expression of the divine, and all our neighbors, it doesn't matter which color, which form they have, which whatever, we hurt ourselves if we hurt them. Always, always. And I had two people, so let's give a, yeah.
Oh, about forgiveness and all the abuse from parents and all that kind of stuff. How do you get your angels to help you with that?
Yeah. So to answer that question, it's a very big one, because we always come from that place where we say, "Oh, but that behavior or that path would be the right one. That would be the correct one." However, remember, we have come here onto this planet to experience it all. We've been given our free will. So that meant that our Creator did not give us free will saying, "Oh, I give you free will, you can experiment whatever you want, but you'll be punished if you go that way, because I only want you to go that way." Do you think that would work like that? No. So what has happened is that for many of us souls, we have gone to experience everything. And that has caused sometimes what we call pain and damage. It was not originally what we intended to do on the planet. It was supposed to be a planet of joy, and we're returning to that. But at the moment we're finishing the process. And so for souls who have needed to create still some form of balance, because maybe a child had been killing a parent, and in the previous lifetime they were not child and parent, they were something else, but those souls had some kind of a big problem. Well, they need to balance it. And that's how we experience it in this lifetime as, "Oh, these are bad parents, look at what they do." We should never judge anybody. We don't know. We do not know. There is a reason why they are giving this child that experience. Yeah. So sometimes it's very highly demanding for us.
Especially if that child is you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But then what you can do is do the work, go inside. Go back to your higher self. Your higher self knows all of you. Since not only all of your incarnations, but even before you even had the idea that you would incarnate ever. So your higher self knows you. Go ask, so why that lifetime? And that's why also I offer regressions. Regressions are, interestingly enough, a very, very healing process. And it's so easy. You just go back to the lifetime, so your angels guide you to which lifetime you should go back, the one that's connected to the situation that is causing pain in this lifetime. And the fact of going back there heals you. It's gone. It's gone. And so that's one of the ways. There are many other ways. There are all these processes that we see emerging at the moment everywhere on the planet that all relate in one way or another to energy work, and that's exciting. So the one thing that our angels keep repeating is pay attention to what you put in your body. So if you have any form of difficulty, really try with every way possible to avoid taking in medication. Whenever
medication?
You can. Because medication is always of a lower level. So it's always going to pull you down. You're going to have your difficulties to raise above. And this is connected to medication. Try to avoid any form, unless you take homeopathy. Homeopathy, they love it. Angels always say, "Oh, homeopathy, that's like us. That's wonderful." Yeah. And the other thing is the nutrition. And that's a very important part also. What you put into your body, the food, the drinks, or medication, will all make you who you are. So you have to really, really be aware. And that's why it's very, very exciting to see that the United States are becoming aware. You see many people starting to rebel against fast food. Many people who engage themselves really to help others, like Christine, for example, to be able to determine what is going to be healthy for them. Because each one of us has a different physiology. What is good for somebody might not be that good for the other. You can test it. You know that you can always talk to your higher self, to your innate, with the kinesiology. You know the story with the arm, or you can do it yourself. Remember, you can do it simply yourself with your 2 fingers, or with. Everybody knows that? Yeah. No? Not everybody? Let me give just a quick demonstration. Anybody wants to come? Susan, you come here. We want to keep you with us.
Here I am, a French name, and she keeps calling me Susan.
Oh. Suzanne.
Thank you.
Suzanne, tu veux bien venir avec moi? Je vais lui parler français maintenant si vous m'autorisez. Alors, is that your dominant arm, Suzanne?
Yes, it is.
I must apologize for many years of. So, I'm going to ask you to show me your strength. So please try to resist my pressing you. Wow, she's strong, I tell you. Okay, so now you're going to say, my name is Suzanne.
My name is Suzanne.
Did you say it the right way?
My name is Suzanne.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, look, she's called Suzanne. Now say, my name is Susan.
My name is Susan.
Hoppala! Do you see? Ooh, she loses it. That's why she wants me to call her the right name, because otherwise she loses her energy.
I changed back and I was born Suzanne, but when I was, it had always been cut down to Sue. And one day I just couldn't stand it. To me, that was the most insipid name. I mean, Sue.
Oh.
And, well, that's how I felt. And then I went to a numerology class. And then I saw why I had to be called Suzanne, and that's when I changed. That was in 82.
Yeah, great. Yeah, yeah. So you have your full energy. So thank you so much for displaying that. And so we can do it if you have a friend who is going to be able to test you. Do it. It's quite nice to do it 2 of you together.
It's different if Sue had been my name as I was born.
Exactly.
But it was time for me to own my power.
Yeah.
And I needed Suzanne for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. In fact.
Yes, you spoke of nutrition and medications.
Mm-hmm.
What about our thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Everything that we put into...
she mentioned medication and nutrition, and I'm asking, what about our thoughts?
Thank you.
Our thoughts, the thoughts and emotions are also absolutely, so they are of a more subtle energy, of course, but absolutely they're going to be part of who we are. So let me show you a picture. That's why I have the iPad here. I'm going to show you what we mean with that. And it's going to be up there. Okay, so let me show you the picture of a guy like Jesus. That could be Jesus. He's walking here. Do you see the tiny little figure here? And he's walking in his physical body. I'm going to pass it around after so everybody can look. And if you look around him, all these beautiful circles that are very concentric, that have beautiful colors, and that are illuminated by these divine rays, 12 of them, that feed him, that connect to him, because he's so open to them. That's the way an ascended master walks the earth. So it's kind of what we want to move forward to. That's why we do all the clearing, all the what do I know, paying attention to our thoughts, because if our thoughts don't go in that direction, guess what? Which way do I go? Here? Yeah? That's the average person walking the earth. You can see that we have the whole physical body here, filling up that little egg-shaped, cocoon. The colors are, I will say in a friendly way, murky.
Murky.
Murky, milky.
And the person doesn't even receive any of these rays of light. There's a tiny, tiny little influx here at the crown, but very tiny. As you can see, most of it is still dark around. And so that's the way the average human being walks the earth. Can you imagine? There is a very different way of feeling it. So if you want, you can just pass it around. Here is the master picture, and that's going to be... So thank you so much, because I was going to get there at some point, but we can bring it all together. It's great, because it's all connected. The physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body are all one. The physical is the one that most people have noticed, because we can't really escape it. It's there, we see it, we feel it, we hear it, and so on. And we have to deal with it. The others, people have partly tried to ignore them. Ask many men in the previous generations, how is their emotional body doing? Right. So, yeah. And so that's what we were describing before when we were saying we are bringing up a balance. We are bringing up, again, a connection between the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual bodies, because all of them form who we are. The physical body, the way it shows now, is simply, in the end, the physical reflection of what has been kept all along in our energy body, in those subtle bodies. When it's there long enough, at some point it becomes physical. That's how we create, in the end, either well-being or disease. And so there's no judgment to that. You're not going to go beat yourself up and saying, oh, you stupid, why did you do that? Yeah. No, it's wonderful. The opposite. We can go be grateful and ask ourselves, oh, okay, so if I created that type of situation in my body, what was my emotional body trying to tell me? What was my mental body telling me? My spiritual body telling me? All of them was talking to me long before it became physical. But I didn't hear them. Right?
Okay.
And now I have to hear them because it has become physical. I can't escape it. If I don't deal with it, I die. So I need to do something. Okay? And that's the beauty, of the work that we do with the angels, or of all energy work, because it's always connected to them. So what happened is that what we have created in the physical, that has taken a long time to become physical, can be transmuted instantaneously. And I've seen it happen at the lighthouse, my house where I do the work. I've seen people coming to see me, and often, you know how it is here. They go to Stanford, the doctor tells them, you are now terminal, you have 3 months to live, and that's when they start thinking, oh no, they can't help me, we're going to do something. Where is there somebody? And so that's when they start hearing of you, and then they come see you.
And that's really wrong with doctors to say that, because that's prophesying.
Yeah.
And they're looking at statistics.
Yeah.
And they're not, that's the problem, and a lot of people accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they die the day they are told they are going to die.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. We hear that. Yeah, we hear that very much, but it shows, and we're going to come to that topic that I still want to address, the topic of empowerment. And so what happens is that at the moment in our society, there has been a shift in empowerment. We have been taught by those in place, we still address always those same guys, that we don't have the power, that others have the power. Who has the power?
We do.
We do. Normally we do. But for many people, they're still in the belief that, their doctor has the power.
It's authority.
Right. But who has the power over the doctors? The pharmaceutical industry.
Right.
Yeah.
And is the interest of the pharmaceutical industry the same as mine?
Money.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, it's money.
Oh, how could you say that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But you see, there's an awakening here. People are finally getting it. It's been going on for 50, 70 years.
Forever.
No. 50,
No.
70 years ago, it was not. And in Europe, you still don't see it in that way. That's why for me, that power that the corporate world here has over the population.
Right.
And it's more visible for people who come from outside, because we're not used to that. And so we're amazed to see, whoa, but don't they realize? No, they don't. Because they've been brainwashed to believe it's okay. And yeah, but it's exciting to see we are really at a time when people everywhere are awakening. You see a lot, and thankfully, thanks to the social medias a lot, because people don't have to rely anymore just on the normal news, you know, that you see on TV that are in the hands again of those same guys. So we can now exchange our news. And if you are part of Facebook or any others of these medias, you're going to notice that most of the news that you look at are positive. The news that you read on Facebook, what people feel like posting and sharing with their friends, are positive.
Oh, except for my cousin.
You will.
I have two cousins, one on the far left, one on the far right, and I want to unfriend them for
And
a while.
do. One of the things the angels keep repeating is, you have something that hurt your eyes, go away. You have something that hurts your ears, go away, don't listen. You have something that hurts your heart, go away, don't stay there.
Feng shui our lives.
Yeah. So there will always be exceptions. At the moment, we're still in that world of polarity. We've not completely left the 3D dimension, so there will be those. But in general, most of it has become very positive there, and that's exciting. And the angels had announced it for quite a while, for maybe 20 years, had said that we were going to finally see the time when we would be watching the good news. And that's not what we've been used to.
Yeah.
But we're getting there. We're starting to see good news. And
In spite of the control. And
Yes.
I mean, it's just like Rachel Maddow coming
Yeah.
out with Imagine.
Yeah.
And she played it on her show.
yeah, I love it. I love Rachel Maddow anyway. Yeah.
Just what John Stewart like.
Yes, and
Yes.
he's leaving.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh.
I was sad.
But he was
I
so
cannot-
magnificent.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
Yes.
He's the only person
Yeah.
for the news.
Yeah.
You needed somebody like
some TV show.
He has a wonderful book
John
just come
Stewart.
out.
John Stewart.
His book. Have you seen it?
No.
It's at the library.
Oh.
What is it?
And what is the
Called
name?
America. There may be a little more to the title,
Yeah.
but it's humor and it's, you know, how he is.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very astute.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah,
write
he's
to
a
her
real,
to not
he
stop.
probably wouldn't even know it, but he